Today we are gonna make a nice pita bread. We are gonna learn how easy it is and how great it is to make this pita bread where it's thin outside. You can make a sandwich, you can put your kebabs in, or you can eat plain with a bit of halloumi cheese or some butter. This pita bread looks very artisan and great, but it's actually very easy to make. We're gonna make it together with Burak, and then I'm also gonna make a fake döner. On the channel we have how to make great döner, and here's the recipe, but I'm gonna show you how to make a fake döner inspired dish in 3 minutes.
Fake meaning meatless?
No, it's not gonna be like the sliced perfect looking döner, but it's gonna taste like it from meat. It's gonna be juicy, and when you put it inside the pita bread and have a bite, it's gonna be heaven. And it's magical. So, we start with the bread and Burak is gonna do it.
We have 375 grams, which makes 2 cups plus this.
That much, okay.
Flour. And then you're gonna warm our yeast in warm water.
How much water are we gonna use?
1 cup.
What is warm for you?
When you put your finger in it, it feels just a little warm, not hot.
So this will do, I guess, without...
I think so.
Yeah. So if it's hot water, put some hot water and some lukewarm water. A little more.
A little more.
This is exactly 1 cup.
Yes, we're gonna put 1 small pack of instant yeast in it. I think
Shall
there are
we
10
put this
grams.
here?
I think I can make it in here. And a big pinch of sugar. Okay.
Are we gonna let it sit for a while or?
Just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay, no worries. It's like beer.
And 1 heaped teaspoon salt.
And this baby is growing, as you can see. I'm just putting it inside.
Now, before I put my hands in, first I'm gonna mix with a wooden spatula. Anything.
It's not stainless steel because stainless steel takes the bacteria away.
It's antibacterial.
As you can see, after I wet almost all of the flour, I can put my hands in. And I'm gonna knead this around 6-7 minutes until it's become elastic and smooth.
But before, we also put a tablespoon of olive oil. Miss.
Now it's ready.
This small baby is gonna have 8 to 10 pita breads. It has to sit for a while. I'm gonna put a bit of olive oil to the bottom for it not to stick so much. And also a damp cloth like that. Okay. And this is gonna sit for about half an hour. And here
And maybe
we
more.
have one that has already rested. Da-da-da-da.
Are you going to put your hand in it and press it down?
No.
Some
That
people
is-
do that.
When you do that, that looks very tempting and sexy, but actually it kills all the bubbles. Okay, we're gonna knead, eventually it's gonna do that, but just like pushing it like that, I'm not so sure, so we shouldn't do something just for the reason it looks sexy. Maybe that's why I'm single.
Yes.
Okay. So look at these bubbles, amazing, yeah.
Now we're gonna make 8 or 10, hopefully equal balls.
Gramaj var mı?
65.
Definitely not equal.
I thought you were famous for not dividing equal.
I am.
But we have a kitchen scale.
You have to see this. Come. 65.
Oh,
I might be old, but I'm not dead.
it was just good luck, I guess.
You are too happy. That's not good.
Do you remember the yufka making guys?
Who?
Dividing in light speed.
Yeah, the only thing they do all day is yufka, so. Now, we push the edges underneath like this. Put it in our hands. Don't push the top. Just push the edges with your thumb, and it becomes this perfect looking round thing. We put some flour to the bottom and on top, and these are gonna sit for half an hour.
Half an hour.
Yes.
And you need to cover them not to get them dry. First a dry one and then a damp cloth.
Here we are. We push them here. It's time to roll them. Okay.
Arnie baby. Is
Evet.
that Arnie baby?
Yes, this is Burak's wooden scraper. You can get them through Etsy, our Refika'dan Etsy. Here's the link.
And this is our new rolling pin, which is perfect for this pita. Because like it's small, you can just roll it out with your one hand.
Powder the pin and then get on top. Because we want it to be elliptical, we're gonna go back and forth like this.
I wrote a song for you.
For
Roll,
us,
roll your pin gently on the... Is it something like that? I knew it. We know each other too well. So something like this. Da-da-da-dum. Not too thin, not too thick. And we're gonna let this sit for 3-4 minutes.
3-4 minutes so they can release their stress and then like rise better.
Meanwhile, here is a cast iron pan. We can do it on the back of an oven tray as well. Sorry guys, we haven't been speaking English for a while. Excuse our English, mine especially. So we're heating up the cast iron pan and we're gonna cook them on here.
Roll, roll, roll your pin gently down the dough.
Merrily, 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 life is like a dream. We take the extra flour out. You shouldn't have a lot of flour on top, so, and we put it like this. Now we're gonna cook one side for 1.5 minutes and then we're gonna turn to the other side. So I'm gonna cook 2 pieces each. The dough doesn't stick, it starts to color a bit. It's time to turn it. Why it doesn't stick and when does it stick? When the pan is not very hot and when the dough is too watery. If you just put it in and it doesn't like have a layer that is kind of cooked but it's still wet, then it will also stick. So after cooking 4, with a damp cloth, please clean the inside so that the extra flour do not burn.
After we cooked our pitas, while they're hot, we are like piling them and covering with a cloth so they can stay warm and soft. Because they're hot, if they put them on here, they're gonna get dry.
And they're gonna crack, but we want them soft and smooth. While he's finishing that up, here I have 1/2 kilo of filet steak. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this filet steak in half, one straight incision, and then put some salt and some black pepper and some olive oil on top. Now, I'm gonna put this meat here like this. I'm gonna sear all the sides and together with that, Burak, would you like cut some parsley and onions?
Red or white
Huh?
onion?
Red, of course.
Of course, red.
White, of course, I would say. Red onion is stronger. I want a milder taste. So this time I want white onion.
Okay. I am making piyaz cut, right?
Yes, which is
Like semicircles.
in
of
French
form.
cooking, the cuts are according to centimeters and millimeters, and it's almost the same for all. In Turkish cutting, which is now this is called piyaz, the shape and the size changes according to the goodness whatever we have. For example, if it's an onion, half the onion, and then have thin slices, and this is called piyazlık. So I seared one side. I'm gonna turn the meat to the other side. The onion is very edgy right now, but we're gonna put some salt and rub the onion, and the edge slightly becomes smoother. And you're gonna have the sourness. What we're trying to achieve is when you bite something, we have the sourness, we have the bitterness, sweetness, and saltiness. The onion has the sweetness and sourness at the same time. But the sourness is very edgy. If we cover that edge into a smoother thing, then on kebabs and dishes, the onion works in miracles.
We also have tears.
Yes. I'm not sure if it's an onion or a chemical weapon.
Now, I get this meat again. I'm gonna use the same
More.
cutting
Oh.
board that I am using for the roe, because I'm gonna cook them again. What I'm doing is I'm just cutting thin slices. Through the middle, it's harder to cut. This looks great just like this, but we want to make it more like a döner kebab. So I'm gonna turn on the pan again. For the inside, put a bit of more black pepper and salt and some yogurt, a tablespoon of yogurt and some oregano. This will give a really nice taste to the meat. Some more actually from here. And I'm gonna mix everything like this. Burak, I'll need your help.
Of
A
course.
pinch of red pepper too. And now I'm going to put some butter. And this meat goes in the pan like that. Do you hear the smell?
I
Bahar,
hear the
what are you-
smell, I hear the sound.
We are gonna cook this in 2 batches. Half of it gets in the second round. The most important thing is not turning the meat until one side really gets cooked, really brown, like this. We need this. And in the last minute, I also have a half a teaspoon of butter. That fresh butter works in another way. So here it is. All done. Burak, do you have
Yes.
1 pita for me?
Of
What?
course.
Burak has 1 pita for me here. It's a thin and delicate one. Yeah. And inside, some onion and some more parsley on top. Just like this. No, something like that.
I think this one is mine.
Yeah.
Does
Very-
it taste like
It tastes like döner. I don't know how.
The yogurt does it. Butter and everything does it.
Oh, döner is amazing. Bread is good. You can make the bread, but even if you don't make the pita, you should try this döner.
The fake one. Not so nice to make. So that's it. Take care. If you haven't subscribed, if you're one of those people who come and watch the video and go away, don't be. Be from those guys who love and support and show their appreciation. See you.